गुड इवनिंग एंड वेलकम टू गन शॉट। गन शॉट में आप सबको स्वागत है। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द रिच पाकिस्तान and the poor Pakistan. As you see in this picture, the rich Pakistan is dangerous. The poor Pakistan is toxic. And both are at war forever. I've been having this notion for quite some time. It's not something new. But it came forth, when Wall Street Journal reported that Pakistan is developing long-range missile capabilities which can target USA. And then the Deputy National Security Advisor, John Feiner of USA, he stated this. He says Pakistan has developed increasingly sophisticated missile technology, from long-range ballistic missile systems to equipment that would enable the testing of significantly large rocket motors. It's not simple, this technology. I mean, I'm dealing with it, so I know it. Or rather, I've dealt with it in a big manner. It's a sophisticated technology, just the rocket motor. Okay. And he says Islamabad's conduct raises real questions about the aims of its ballistic missile program. Candidly, it's hard for us to see Pakistan's actions as anything other than an emerging threat to the United States. If these trends continue, Pakistan will have the capability to strike targets well beyond South Asia, including in the United States. It will be the third country which will have this, rather the fourth country: Russia, China, North Korea, and now Pakistan. Is it something new? Is it something out of the blue that Pakistan always plays a double game? It's not. But yet most of us felt, oh, Pakistan is poor, it's gone. A lot of people said, it's going to break up any day. All that. Nothing has happened. You've seen what has happened. They've been developing missile capabilities. And, well, just to put it in context, I said this long back, and I'll show you in my video. Yeah, here it goes. And I see the revival of Pakistan. Forget about the economy. The economy is one part of the story. And we all know that the army is not bothered about the economy of the country. It is going in for submarines. It is in fact exporting its aircraft, whatever it is making under license from China.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. This was a main Hangar submarine from China. So the military aspect of Pakistan is not down and out. And politically, they've come back into relevance the way it is. I suppose in a month or so, they're going to be completely back in the game. I will not give more than that, maybe 2 months, but they have to be back in the game. So, we should be very clear what's happening in Pakistan. And there are two Pakistans existing, I've always maintained. There's one Pakistan which is poor, of the masses, who don't know what's happening, which is being left to run by an illegal government, or it doesn't matter, backed by the army, a hybrid model, all that nonsense. That can keep, sarta rahe, it doesn't matter. There's another Pakistan with the Pakistan army. I've always maintained that there are two Pakistans. And this Pakistan is militarily strong. It is rich with its military businesses. It has never won a war, but every time it gets defeated, it comes back politically stronger. And why? Because it keeps its people absolutely in a poor shape. The people have nowhere else to go but to come back to the army. So whatever they get, and they have ensured that the most useless politicians are kept to govern them. So before we decide and think, Pakistan is a spent force and yeah, all that. Remember this. Yeah. So Pakistan is not a spent force by any stretch of imagination, right? And we need to look at Pakistan anew. Complete 2024, we felt Pakistan will, go away. It's not. It's come back with a vengeance, and that's what we need to realize. So 2025, we're gonna handle two different Pakistans, and those two different Pakistans are what I'm going to highlight today. You know, when you look at Pakistan, I've always maintained. I've shown this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've shown this. There are two Pakistans. One is the army, which is the center of the power. Two is the state, which is the center of the governance. It's a big difference between the two, right? And when you talk of them, the army, which is the center of the power, is rich with its military businesses, with its lucrative deals. It just skims the, cream, whatever the cream is in Pakistan's budget. And the rest is given to the masses. And then there's the state which is poor. That's what we normally look at. We know about the first thing, but we ignore it for some funny reason. Okay. Continuous wars in the history of Pakistan have destroyed the state. The state is decrepit. But, like I said earlier, the army has become stronger. The center of power has never been destroyed. In fact, day by day, it is becoming stronger. And to make it stronger, you have China. Okay. What are the eternal issues of Pakistan? Political instability, internal radicalism, economy, Pashtun problem, and Baluch rebellion. These are the toxic aspects of Pakistan. This is the toxic Pakistan which we have to continually deal with. What is of importance is this India. That's why I made it a little bigger. You have to understand, as far as the Pakistan army is concerned, its very existence depends upon sorting out India in the long run. How to take revenge on India and win a war against India. Winning a war against, USA and in Afghanistan and all is of no use to them. It's a mentality, and they will do anything to achieve that state. Right? They'll sell the nation, they'll sell themselves, whatever it is. India has to be defeated. Now, look at their arms and equipment. Completely China oriented and Turkey oriented of late. Right? This is the Air Force inventory. If you look at the Air Force inventory, now 45% of China's Air Force, of Pakistan's Air Force is Chinese origin. And 65% of its modern attack fleet is Chinese. We have to understand how much the dependence on China and how much Pakistan wants to be up to it to take on India. Look at the Navy. The Navy is even worse. If you look at the Navy as a whole, you'll see that, again, everything is China. What USA, France, own Pakistan, UK, others are all legacy systems. They're not new. Everything modern in the Pakistan Navy is Chinese. And that's what I've put down below. Frigates, Zulfikar class frigates, right? And 4 more. That is 8 frigates are coming from China. Hangor class submarines. These are diesel submarines. They're being given to China. This will be there with them in the next 4 5 years. Then cruise missiles, anti-ship cruise missiles, everything, the works. And then the army, same issue. 68% of tanks are Chinese origin. Fire units, 51%. Okay, anti-aircraft artillery, 74% is Chinese. This is PLA with experience. Just think, well-equipped PLA with experience. What will be the? This is it. If you look at this graph, you see that curve on the top which is taking off. That's the Chinese curve, and this is from 1950 to 2021. See how it has just taken off. Purchases from China are equal to the sum total of purchases from everywhere else. Okay, and when you project it up to 2030, this is it. More than 50 to 60% of the Pakistan armed forces will be Chinese in origin. What more do you want? You don't need a bigger, placard telling you, look, the conventional threat from Pakistan is increasing. Okay. And the next aspect is this Pak-Turkey cooperation. And now Turkey has got its tail up in Syria. Remember that. This is the thing. The way it has gone. It's got UAVs, everything is being given to Pakistan. Okay. Attack helicopters works. Bayraktar UAVs. I'll not go into the details. The details are there in the slide. And now Pakistan is seeking stealth technology from China, the latest stealth technology. And China is interested in giving it. Their talks on. They might get it maybe in 4 5 years. But in this business, 4 to 5 years, nothing. Okay. Recently, the Chinese, deputy president of the Central Military Commission, Zhang Yuxia, he went to Pakistan, sat with Asim Munir. At the end of the day, they've just finished a 3-week-long anti-terrorism exercise. With whom? With the PLA in Pakistan. Using some parts of PLA, some parts of the paramilitary forces, and some part of a major part being the private security contractors. PLA means the boots on the ground were not there, but the officers were there. So there's a new paradigm coming up, and I've spoken about this earlier also. 8 stealth submarines. They're launched. They are being built exclusively for Pakistan. Of course, I've spoken of that stealth fighter deal. Okay, joint drills, which were to be held in November. I mean, they've gone through the whole thing. Naturally, all these drills are aimed at the Indo-Pacific strategy. I mean, I don't have to tell it again and again. This is again an interesting thing. If you look at this slide, you will see have a look at it, I'll magnify it. Have a look at it from 2003 to 11. This is the first part. Okay. Military diplomacy with Pakistan and Russia. I mean, China has great. When you say military diplomacy, what is it? It is military exercise, port calls, and activities. Right from beginning, the activity and the military exercises with Pakistan are much more than with Russia. And now it is even more. You look at the green line on top as you go down from 2016 onwards. Why? Have you thought of it? This is important. China does more military exercises with Pakistan than any other country. Have you realized that? Okay, this is an interesting thing. This has come out, this part of the thing is an extract from the annual document which USA has put out about PLA. And there they've said the Aerospace Support Force of PLA operates TTNC, tracking terminals and control stations, in Namibia, Pakistan, Argentina, and Kenya. So what we say that Wang class, Yuan Wang, the spy ships which came to Hambantota or went to Maldives, which can track satellites and it can track missile tests. That's in the sea. On ground, these are the four countries. For Asia, it is Pakistan where they have a terminal. So it's just not giving. This is no more the case of just giving, what shall I say, equipment and say, Pakistan, be happy, do what you want with it. There is a deep connect happening. And just this year, China restructured the strategic support force into aerospace support force, the logistics support force, and the information support force. There's a focus. And with this, Pakistan gets space capability. If you think the tracking terminal is kept in Pakistan, Pakistan will not get the value out of it. Okay, then this new road. They want an alternate CPC. They've been at it for a long time. I've shown this earlier, but I'm trying to now put it into a bigger picture. Yeah, this is it. Again, I'll expand it so that you can have a look. Right? Okay, this is the road. This is the existing road. This blue one, CPC. They want an alternative which can go through the Himalayas at a place called Mustaq Pass, hit Skardu and get down. Now the point is that, and this is through the Shaksgam Valley, and they're actively trying to get through with it. This might not happen 1 year, 2 years, but it's something like that mega dam, Brahmaputra Dam. It's a threat. And unless we are conscious of the fact that the level of threat from China and Pakistan together is much more, you'll never know how to respond to it. We are all very happy that China has gone back. It has withdrawn, all that. But I see a strengthening of Pakistan, equally of Bangladesh. And I'll talk of it. I'll talk of China's military strategy for the next 10 years, what it will be very soon, in the first week of January. Just wait for it. And Pakistan forms an important aspect of that military strategy. So, the toxic Pakistan will keep giving you trouble, like it's happening now. There's a kitbit between Afghanistan and Pakistan, Durand Line, some problem in Jammu and Kashmir, all that will go on. Now, that toxic Pakistan will come back to us through Bangladesh. Are we alive to it? We'll talk of it tomorrow with General Hasnain. This is no more a foreign policy issue. This is an issue of military response. Okay. So if I summarize, what do I see? There will be an increased presence of Chinese in Pakistan. Gwadar will emerge as a major Chinese naval base with a great maritime orientation. The rumor is that Gwadar will be the first overseas command of China. That's the dream, the China dream. Very soon, Pakistan army will have 60 to 70% Chinese arms. They are looking at hypersonic weapons. Technology from where? China. It is understood that they have tested a MIRV. And they're also looking at an anti-ship ballistic missile like DF-21. And they will get Bedu for navigation and positioning. All this is on the cards. I mean, you don't need to be a super intelligent guy to know all this will happen. And of course, there'll be two routes CPCs coming in the future. Okay. And look at their missiles. None of their missiles have a range which can reach USA. But they have certain ranges. But with the new capability which they're getting, we have to understand where are they getting it from. Right? Rocket motors, everything will probably come from North Korea or China. Is there any other third place? Of course not. Initially, when Pakistan developed its missile capability, the proliferation of missile technology was from North Korea, enabled by China. And the nuclear technology came from China. So it's one of the two. It's either or. It could be both. And Pakistan is now emerging as a great catspaw for China to achieve its ends. Okay. Look at this map. Now we know that at Djibouti, which is this lower star, and this is Gwadar. With this, they will be able to control the entire West Arabian Sea. That means the oil lines coming out of Strait of Hormuz and the Gulf of Aden. With the kind of capability which Pakistan is developing. And it also has missile capability, it has got air force capability, everything. Some of those aircraft they'll get, we will not get. We are struggling still. That's a different story. Now, look at this. Of course, the new missile capability which they are developing or which USA has claimed to develop will target India. But definitely, it will target Israel also, most definitely. But importantly, it has the capability of targeting US forces in Qatar or Bahrain, Central Command forces. Also, Digo Garcia. They don't have to go and hit the mainland. This thing, China takes care of Guam and Pakistan takes care of Diego Garcia. Then what's the change in the Indo-Pacific? It comes to the thing, what do we do? What do we do? Very clearly, there are three countries which are being targeted in this. India, Israel and USA. You think Pakistan will keep quiet at it? Pakistan will, while they'll say they are stunned, we don't want sanctions, this, that, they'll crawl at America's feet, they'll grovel at them, but they will start this blackmailing. This will help them get back into action. Now they'll say, I have nuclear weapons and I have the capability to hit America. In any case, whether they have the capability or not, America has said it. So, de facto, they have it. And America wouldn't have said it without certain capability being observed. So now they'll start telling Saudis and all of guys, cough up for us. So you will see the Gulf countries bankrolling China. Bankrolling Pakistan. For Pakistan to revive economically. It's on the cards. Will it affect the rest of the Pakistan? Like I said, it doesn't matter to the Pakistan army. What do we do? The $1 million question is, what do we do? Have we thought through this situation? Virtually, you have an army which is a clone of the Chinese army, but with better credentials, fighting credentials. You have a greedy set of generals. There's yet another twist I'll give you. These Pakistani generals are so greedy and so chalak that at some point of time they'll start blackmailing China also. That you keep giving us what we want, otherwise we'll sort you out. Okay? So this is what is on the cards the way I look at it. Okay? But this is what Imran Khan said. अगर आप गधे के ऊपर लकीरें डाल दो, वो ज़ीब्रा नहीं बनता, वो गधा गधा ही रहता है. So you have two Pakistans. It's very difficult to break the rich Pakistan. Okay, but target that gada, as Imran Khan has said. आप अगर गधे को ऊपर लकीरें डाल दो, वो ज़ीब्रा नहीं बन जाता. तो पाकिस्तान का basic औकात won't change. So is there a case for a hybrid approach to Pakistan? Like Pakistan has had this hybrid approach with us for a long time. We have to rethink. Can we use Israel and USA and good offices with Saudis to sort these fellows out? We must. We have to think out of the box. People will say, oh, long back Israel said we will come and take out Pakistan nuclear capabilities. You didn't allow us. Well, those were different days. Okay. वो तो गया. Now, how do you look ahead? What do you do? Is something which we have to think. And it won't be easy for Israel also to do anything at this point of time because its hands are full. And we'll have to see how Mr. Trump behaves. We are talking too much of Mr. Trump because he doesn't run the world. One man won't change the world. But we have an issue at hand. Okay. The last thing. This is something which I read in Pakistan newspaper long back. जो मर गया वो शहीद, जो जीत गया वो गाजी, जो सरेंडर किया वो न्याजी. This is right. So you're going to see Pakistan as Ghazis or Nyazis. Time will tell, and our way of doing things will tell how things will move ahead. Right. With this, I have come to the end of today's talk on Pakistan. To reiterate, there is going to be a rich Pakistan of the army who will trouble us. There is going to be a poor Pakistan which will be toxic. And how we deal with them is of concern. I wouldn't say concern, something which we have to think of. This is what will come in front of us. and let's see how it goes. Okay, this today's open hour hereafter for the next half an hour. I have a lot of time. Uh, will be the last open hour of this year. Um, Tomorrow we're going to have Jal Hasnain talking about Bangladesh, and day after I'll talk of India and China on 31st evening. What do I see? How, what will be China's and India's role in the global stage, or as it affects the world order, and from a Chinese perspective. I'm not going to talk of what I think. I'll say how Chinese view us. Like I said, it's always important to know what the Chinese think of us. Right. With this, we will go ahead with questions. All your questions. I have kept a lot of time for this open house, so we'll take them on.